clear towards the site at all, giving away the game slightly because of that KJ turret, forcing them to show and Petra in combination with Mimi. It's a shutdown. It's just a categoric shutdown. Ness can farm it up, but it will not change the outcome. And again, you gotta always look towards Mimi being the safest pair of hands.
Towards hitting that B site, dealing with the Killjoy, clearing that early in rounds, because the only other option is you have a KO knife. And if that's not hitting, you are absolutely in dire straits going into B.
Juliano, straight up farming. Roll your mind back to the Counter-Strike days. You've seen her with the scopes in hand, always comfy and cleaned up. 5 alive, no threats, no stress.
Much slower site hit where I believe they end up splitting in through this A site with Ness lurking over towards A main.
There. Now that's one big benefit though. The Mimi gets caught that they can do that late lean back towards B, but they would still have to cross past middle, and they have no idea that Juliano's
This is
here.
awkward.
They've made no noise until then. So Juliano, what can you do with this? Oh, the timing! She's only gonna get one. The potential for more was there, but only a little bit of chip damage.
Absolutely saved their lives from Juliano playing underneath Cat.
And I got a little nervous then. I didn't love the concept of 3 of them sat towards CT when Mary still got that rifle, but they worked it out. They're fine. They got full standing. We're good. We got a game.
Yeah.
We got a game ender.
Angles right now is she's got a sheriff in Petra's hand over towards stairs. That's all that's holding it. It's not going to get that initial angle. So operator is down. And now that B site basically wide open. Only Petra to hold it down, and she's not long for the world.
I mean, that was perfect. They found where the operator was. Not exactly a huge stretch of the imagination, but they got it done, removed it quickly, wasn't able to find any impact from it. Now, Mimi is still standing with that rifle,
Wow.
so they've dealt with one of the threats. There was 2. Now,
The ult, if she wants to use it, but they have to get past this meat grinder of Smurfette and Ness. Good shots there. That's going to lock up this round. Mimi not going to want to invest that ultimate. And yeah, it turns to the right. Smurfette locks it down. Guild are going to take that one. The risky push, it pays off. That We'll see what they can do, because they're just going up, underneath, and over. Mimi with 2 sheriff kills.
hey, look, we pointed out that no one really was able to capitalize off Juliano's positioning before. This time, Mimi's like, all right, I got you. I'm going to swing through main. You just pop up, forcing out the res. But again, utility to make something happen here, because you can already see it. G2 sitting in deep, no over rotations, but now they should pull that rotation plug.
30 seconds
Built
left.
if they wanted to. Mimi just dancing on dice right now. Is look at Ness going all the way up lane. Petra gets a couple of kills, make it a 3rd as well. And Ness is just completely trapped in her own smoke. A flawless.
Big information, though. That's 3 players potentially noted as well.
She gets 2.
There it is. Roxy, there's the impact player we know, in combination with the Fade ult coming in as well towards Cat. But now the retake. Mimi still has that ult, but no real chance to use it. Good trades, though. It's a 2v3. Now Mimi shut down. But surely a big read from this. Can Glance make anything of it, though? Not much to play with. Actually, tell a lie. Had a smoke or 2, but Guild.
First, they have to clear aNNja or Mary over in this corner with Glance as well. That's going to be 2 kills out of Glance. The flash and the swing, too. The molly, it's just all shut down for Guild.
AJ player, always proactive, always knows what's up. The double stack on short is going to stand here. They're guarding that spike. Like, their life depends on it. Now, with Smurfette finding some impact towards Glance, that could weaken the hold. But 20 seconds, and it's still a 2v3.
Haven't seen this Mimi push in a long time. Mimi is there, locks it down. Just Roxy left. And hey, this Cat area has been a problem for Guild all round.
Excuse me, T, Smurfette. This is dangerous. They managed to get the spike with the TP coming in. So that was a really nice approach from Ness. Quickly gathers the spike, at least going to get that towards side. Actually trying to take space towards tree. A little too risky for me on towards that one. Mary going to capitalize off the back of the flash and take things back. And now it's all on aNNja. Not a comfortable position to be in. And G2, that one walk on Cat set everything into motion. Now this should reveal double stack towards tree, does not catch the one towards heaven, but Glance still going to hold the ground. But it's a well-traded entry. Guild crack back in. And look at the support system on that. The flash, everything set into motion. And now towards heaven. Trades again, and effective numbers for Guild. Left in a 3v2, just Petra and Mimi to try and play this one back in. But Petra and Mimi are on a heater here. And there's
finally the lockdown. Finally get to see it come out. 2 players working through tree. I mean, that's a triple for Mimi. And time is the enemy of Ness. She has to push to get this kill, but there's just no time left. 1 second. Can't get the TP. That's going to be a push for the kill. Petra will get that one to tie things out at the end of the half. Very surprised to see Ness with a Sheriff here, so just the one smoke, can't get those repeats going, and Juliano just absolutely takes her head off. Roxy, though, on a different level, the TP above ends up shutting her down, but it's still good. A 3v3 for the post plant.
Can they try and break this open? Smurfette, aNNja stepping in. Great shot, but Mimi did have that Sheriff. So, again, just overpowering, smiting them down. G2 going to receive that information and now note that this is the right call. And Juliano puts her life on the line for the secondary player, which is Mary. Perfect combination and lovely synergy between the two. But they're not out of the woods just yet. There's still 3 players, and they're in the right place here. Smurfette couldn't find any more. Tried the best that she could achieve, and now it's on Roxy. Does have a Sheriff and a 1v3. 2 players tucked towards his side. Near on impossible to come back in these positions. See what she can work out. Not gonna happen. Mary, lovely angle, but again, the little synergy off Cat there, and it was lovely. Prowler not quite making it as far as they'd potentially want, but they look like they want to address this fast. The timing could have been disastrous then, but actually Ness saving the day, keeping them alive here. And you can see the
down and then pinching in towards mid. Works so well for them. Glance repositioning TP straight into the crosshair of Smurfette. It's the best you can do here if you can get a kill or something. Try to get up towards that lockdown. But with 25 seconds, you are heading in. Wait.
That's a rifle. Okay.
Play for or solved. We did it. We did it.
All this proactivity drawing towards middle, towards A, B's completely open. So G2,
look how G2 are playing this as well.
Yeah.
Look, 2 players like in spawn, expecting the rotation to come in with no one playing on B. You expect multi-flank as Juliano goes that crazy market push. Pushes CT, pushes market. Maybe she pushes back into CT off the flash as well. Juliano is feeling it. That's exactly what she's doing. Dancing around this smoke here, getting the knife as well. Knows 2 players are here. She gets the push, almost makes it a 4K on the round. Juliano just playing with her food.
And I think the difference in my mind when I watch G2 play is just it's the synergy between the players, fundamentals that they really shine at in my mind. Possible, they still have the players for it. Utility wise, not looking ideal though, and now here come the players. Great work from Ness to take out Mary. aNNja's got glance, and now it's all on towards Mimi, and the HP is dreary. 9 HP is all she's got, and the position, it should have been noted. The deep nade comes in, the defuse begins. That's glorious work from Guild. The time's a little tight, but it's fine. Couple seconds to spare, and they work it out. Then Petra's done some work from further afield. Takes out Ness, so it's back to a 4v4 now. Spike yet to cross, but it should make its way there. Actually, aNNja can slip a little ahead of this. Does she try to exploit this? Still has a flash, could have underhanded it. Decides not to, and rightly so. Punishing Mimi and Mary. It's now down to just Petra and Glance. And the position not ideal for Petra, but still make something of it.
She's ulting back into A main. I love this. Play double in A main now. There's so much time on the clock. They're going to have to fight into this. The drone coming out to scout this one through.
They're not going to. They need to swing this one. Betting stop. Finally gets below. Cinnamon. Perfect play.
Lockdown last round ended up getting pushed through tree and died trying to plant the spike. That was the post plant tool they needed. Glance getting so aggressive, pushing into the smoke. That's 2 kills. Make it a third. G2 opening the round up, but it's 2-on-2 now.
But it's just this double walk out towards heaven. Mimi's going to slip towards hell, but none the wiser. They are out towards side. They can see a great deal of this, and they're above Mimi. Had no idea, and now Glance has to pull off something heroic here. Put on the cape and get ready, as already she's done so much, but 15 HP just ain't much to work with. And it's Roxy on the other side, and the angle, it was decent, but it was not good enough. And now we wait. I mean, you could just prowler it. I don't know if they saw. Did they see? Yeah, they're picking it up. They're picking it up. And Ness has just destroyed everyone on the other side of the map. So it's fine. We're good.
It seems illegal that Cinnamon got that kill.
About it at this point, and they're going to close the gap towards heaven now. Obviously, none the wiser. Aware of the possibility. Gonna note that. Does not get seen by it, but still quite indicative she could be towards hell. Makes light work of one and no trade. This is starting to become a little bit more of a problem. There we go. We don't. Juliano going towards Cinnamon, aka Klaudia. And Cinnamon, aka Klaudia, is the one to come out on top. And already Petra, though, still be taking the fight towards Cap, but expecting the push coming through middle, but Cinnamon outdoes it. So already we're down to 3v2. And Klaudia running away with this. It's Ness by the side, but and instantly, where have these picks come from?
On top of each other. Tries to test it, but that alarm bot is right on the opposite side. Is revealed, and playing for some kills here. Remove some of those guns, and Mimi's not even going to let that happen.
again, late round utility, pretty nice. There it is, and you're going to pop the ult. High flash should come through. You're going to have everything poured in, but Mary over-delivers. Finds Klaudia and Ness over by Tree, and that's instantly quelled the numbers. The double stack towards Hell paying off, and G2 looking just large and in charge. It's 12 for them now. Kat, you're absolutely right on this one. Ness and aNNja make it just Ness. Now there's support through middle. Smurfette tries to make it there, but the paranoia comes in and blinds them both. And now it's looking rough around the edges. Klaudia and roxi. Klaudia couldn't come any quicker. She has to bide her time. roxi finds Juliano, but doesn't know glance. And it's an effective trade out, leaving it all in the hands of Klaudia. And a 1v2 spots the first, but the smoke goes up. This is brutal. How do you make it through this now? Do you have any utility, anything to play with? I mean, just a season. You're hoping for the best double face, and it's done. It's a 13-11 on map 1. Petra then becomes the kind of point man on this. Plant going to come in, and
we are on that wall.
On the wall. So the right click's perfect. Going to take that down. But at least secure a little of the side. Now they did trade someone back in the meantime. Smurfette was picked up in the end. Mimi going to find Klaudia, and now it's just 3 alive. So roxi, Ness, and aNNja. Let's see what this post plant looks like. Still playing pretty deep there. Going to leave one player pushed up. That's going to be aNNja, at least towards sight. So trying to keep their head tucked in a little behind this wall, and a dirty wall position.
There's an imposter.
A decent attempt, only good for 1, but still favorable numbers towards G2 here. I'm wanting to see that backline do some damage. There's now just roxi with a great shot. Precious time being purchased here. They need to get on this spike, and they need to get roxi out of this angle. 21 HP, not enough to make much of it, with still 2 flashes to invest and so much presence. Big swing from Guild, overwhelming too. Mary and Petra go down, leaving Mimi now pretty much on an island. Can't back away safely and punished for it. This is perfect from Guild. Snowball in towards the side off the back of it. They peeled away towards middle, leaving Juliano with a chance here. Dealt with. Really heads up play from Klaudia there to keep check on Juliano or anyone trying to aggress back in.
Side of kitchen there. Didn't necessarily know that someone was underneath too, but just really good stuff for a moment. Smurfette's gonna want that one back, but she's got the rest of her team to lock this down almost certainly. Spectre's in the hands of everyone. So Guild are going to lose just 1 player. Going for the plant as well. Someone has to hold, but the flashes make it so hard. Good on Ness there to lock it down. And now aNNja sort of stuck here. Is able to walk on out, and Petra finding a kill with the Sheriff evens things up to 3-on-3, but there's still post-plant utility to work with here with the alarm bot potentially to swing off of. Now the wall comes on through. G2 continues to scale up towards yellow.
Be a 3v3. It shouldn't be a 3v3. Lock this down, Guild. This is not where you start losing. Okay, stabilize with 3 standing, plant in. They've got it. They're good.
Each other, but I respect it regardless.
You know, sometimes you gotta really try and punch above your weight. You know, you gotta try and make it count. But Juliano is the problem. Oh, and what a shot towards aNNja. Not gonna get any more. Smurfette's still standing and Ness still there. There should be a rifle to be able to get towards Ness's hands. Bounce of utility. Maybe they could clear the corner, but again, with the time being such a problem.
All out here.
Yeah, I'm looking towards the back line as well to see if they can keep Ness alive in this. There is gonna be that challenge from Mimi eventually. See how that comes in, because that could be the saving grace right now. Already Juliana going to break back into the site, and the trades are good until then. Klaudia digs the heels in, denies, and now it's just Mimi who was on that flank. So now Klaudia, great readjustment. Tucking towards the back of the site and going to try and play the time as much as possible. The shot, not what she wanted there, but still going to try and play this to perfection. A tap on the spike, and Mimi has to at least get this halfway, and Klaudia played it to perfection.
Very happy with that, and they're still scaling forward here, getting the kills on the entry as well, as Klaudia turns the corner and knocks out Glance on top.
That's perfect work again, but drawing attention and buying time. I mean, I guess by proxy, that's not a bad knock-on effect, but Mimi already starting to work her way towards the site. Has a look out, and now Klaudia shows her hand. It's perfect. The positioning is great, and Juliana was noted earlier, and this time roxi makes no misses. Now it's just kind of playing as a pack, right? You still got these 3 players here and the 2 holding the extremities. Guild just going to try and bully their way through the middle of the map, which is fine. G2 happy to take a couple of challenges, but aim training for aNNja, making it look like light work. Comfy stuff. Now just glance. Still makes a little bit of damage. Any more would be a surprise, and there it is. So all good. This could draw maybe a rotation, pull them out of place, but Roxy gets dealt with, so they don't have to overreact to this. They can stay as they are with these 3 players still posted towards A, still believing in the hit that's coming their way, and the double pump comes in. Now Smurfette on the entry, but it's Mary to deny the trades. Finding 2 is big value. Res going to be invested for aNNja. We're back to a 3v3, but Glance quickly slips into a great position, does eventually get traded, but still, a fight on the site is perfect.
It's playing outside of the ultimate. Gonna stick to it right there, and the double swing loses the crosshair at the last possible second. Seeing Mimi coming around the corner, and it all comes down to Ness in a 1v2.
The one bonus does have the Viper's Pit in place. And she'd be the monster in the mist to make this work. Mimi there, Petra there, backs not facing this way in a turn, but still gets caught. And now time to be purchased with a snake bite, and the shot is gorgeous from Ness. Yep. Shouldn't be a problem now. Klaudia's starting to heat up in this one.
I love Klaudia on these walls every time.
You know, it's a classic roster kind of matchup, and Klaudia, when she starts popping off, it's real nice to watch. So, clean, no problem. Got him. But yeah, Petra and Mary should be a formality, and it is. Guild making it to 7-2 when they decide to go for that, but even then, they don't have that springboard to the site. They haven't even crossed yellow, so they're waiting for that to come back online so they can at least kind of cycle through so they can cross up. The wall goes a little deeper, and the plant should be able to come in now. Should.
I mean, it's tough with this wall. Doesn't give them a lot of options. They have to fight their way into this site. The pump and swing out of Juliano almost works, but Ness and Smurfette clean house. I don't know how they did it with that wall and that insane push onto the site.
Certainly could be. Ooh. And there's the first. Mimi connects. Oh, I thought the second was on, but not at all. Smurfette with a quick trade, and that is now the danger player eliminated. I guess excluding that rifle, still in the hands of Juliano.
Klaudia, okay, just taking Mary's head off right there, and
that operator's got you dead to rights. Smurfette should be hitting this every day of the week. Doesn't quite get the shot she wanted. Both players get revealed. Actually, so much information now coming through, but they still need to make something of this. Glance needs to close the gap, and they simply cannot. Guild coming in, but you take them when you get them. Klaudia trying to pick up the pace a little bit here. Petra goes exploring, and again, Guild just rolling as a pack animal here. Mimi trying to address the problem towards mid. Finally handles 2.
This is crazy. And they're expecting her to be in B main too, right? That's where the ult was. She gets baited by the gun on the ground. And now we have that crazy Fnatic ult coming out through Kitchen. They're going to get a topside plant and have so many options in terms of where they want to play. They've got double mollies on both players as well.
Look close, but there's a problem. There's an entire Vibe Pit in the way. There's now a snake vine. And I'm pretty sure there's some KJ utility just, you know, dotted around the place.
Yeah.
So Mimi really is not having a good day. It's actually a severely bad day.
Go down. They've got 3 players here ready to flood on through, and a flank on the way as well. Ness could be the difference maker in this round.
And it could be. Knife up. Gonna note too. This is a long road back, so I mean, not gonna have 5 standing as a start already, but you know, I don't believe in the 2 to 10 comebacks, but happy to have my mind changed. aNNja dealt with 4 standing, all good now.
Unless you can use a lot of utility to stall out the plant initially. Juliano's holding the swing, but the double swing comes on through. That's what I'm talking about. If one person's flanking, you never beat the attacker. But with 2, it ends up working until a couple more players get recalled there from G2 to shut down that coming on out. So we're going to walk away with this round, but the theory is there. Give me more.
I really enjoy that. Basically what you're saying is, hey, they've got Bulldogs. This is a pretty juicy bonus. At this point, Juliano makes a bit of a meal of that. Roxy comfortable on the pickup, and now you've got a lot of players coming back in through middle. Now, it's gonna be a little bit tricky to clear towards kind of, you know, yellow, towards long, but still a fair amount of utility in the kit.
Stage wall up.
To play with. There it is, stage wall down, but aNNja up and over, gonna try and just get in their faces and get behind the lines. Guild absolutely shattering G2.
aNNja re-clear space into Kitchen.
I like what they're doing, leaving this player here. Juliano, tucked towards this area, can just really complement them, try to explore towards the B site, make sure they can't hit that easy rotation through middle. Now, there are 2 players re-clearing this, though. You can see instantly looking towards CT, well aware of this. Roxy's still going to find some damage, though. And again, Roxy on this map can be so integral to outcome. Gonna spot Petra. Big shot from Petra. Still staying alive on 15 HP, leaving it all down to ness. And these positions are hard to clear. Not going to find a free fight here at all. First one comes in. Not going to get past the first challenge. So, killed.
And aNNja's gonna get taken down. That would, if all of a sudden Mimi falls, then there's some options as Smurfette just sort of sprints it in. Again, all sheriffs coming through from Guild, so going a little bit more risky with those aggressive pushes that they do like to do. Will start to fall apart from them, but you saw some ideas there with the double push in A main. Guild trying to scale quickly and take some space without G2.
And they want to secure the site, already feeling a little bit of the pressure as Guild have so many players ready to go. Mary outdone, and now the problems start to mount.
He looks a little lost there on what to do. Ends up falling. Petra does get a return kill. Still have to clear back through this Viper's Pit. Smurfette coming around up through maze. Petra playing outside makes it so hard for Smurfette to take any sort of space up to 410. aNNja gets the kill. Smurfette finds a second, and it all comes down to glance, a wall out, and Smurfette swinging around maze. It's going to be Guild going up to match.
Holding a fair amount of the space here, but has been noted. There's that lockdown, and Roxy just runs in. No trade off the back, though. That was just madness. And this isn't the round that, you know, we were like, oh, G2. Do you remember that moment? They were at 6-12, and suddenly they were back, or even surely not. Mary still doing damage, gonna find Klaudia, and now it's all on ness in a 1v4. It's not looking like this is gonna be the one to make it happen on. And it is 7 now for G2.
For mollies to stall at the plant. Now the knife did hit her, so it's going to be hard to get another molly out for a little bit of time. KO on the way though, and ness finds the kill on danger. A second for aNNja as well. Guild are lining them up.
And the res comes in as well. There's just no rest for the Wicked Glance. Quickly deals with ness, but you still know that aNNja's lingering around. Petra towards the side, but you can see the ult B posted. Klaudia's going to connect towards that one, and the follow-up as well. Petra had nowhere to go to. So down to Mimi and Glance, so this is all but done, and we're looking at Pearl. And Mimi, well, she's putting up a fight. Now a 2v3. Steps out again, gets a second shot at it. 12 seconds now. Mimi finding Klaudia. Smurfette with a trade, but it's now on Glance in the 1v2. Smurfette there and Roxy. What are you going to do with this? Glance can't even escape the site. Smurfette is going to take them across the finish line, open up map 3. And was this a trap, or was it the biggest fumble we're going to see from G2 aNNja? That is what I need to know, because it's Juliano. And this means that Juliano gets aggressive, gets a little BM, and that's her best quality, her best version of herself when she has to be up in the faces, being proactive. She's on 19 HP, so it's maybe not this round, but you know what? I have full faith in this. Now, I already like what they're doing. You can see the little sweaty lineups coming out from Petra. Nice to kind of catch in that mid-rotation that was coming in. Did at least get a little bit of information, but with this wall here, again, need to see that plant come through. and it ain't.
Still waiting.
Yep. So, as it stands, Guild can just
give
chill
them
out
a
here.
lot of room. And that wall's actually going to time out. I think it's starting to crack already, so that one is going down. It's a bloodbath here as it comes down there waiting for the fight. Juliano gets the kill.
Fair shout. Now, Petra's position's good here. This should be allowing Juliano to close the gap a bit, but the Prowler in response is perfect. So, going to keep them guessing, but look at the angle, and look at the information. The combination is divine. The site's theirs, the spike can go down. And the thing is that G2, so far, and this is something I would also say, and again, you know, say what you want about Pearl, this plays out quite similarly to some CS maps. In my mind, as someone who's played a lot of both, it is a very similar concept and theory to it, right? So it's like, if any team was going to be good at it, I see G2. Now, obviously, Guild has a fair amount of players who's put, 10 years or so into previous titles, very much made in the same sort of, mold. So it's not like they're unfamiliar with it either, but already G2 look super strong here.
One thing I really like to see on Pearl, which G2 were going for twice, is secret control. These forward pushes, a lot of teams will play deep towards A main, and it makes playing post bank kind of hard. You can get smoked off. They are taking full control with a chamber who can potentially teleport out later in a round. These retakes near impossible for Guild to pull off.
Again, the overextension kind of playing towards Pit, especially when obviously Guild were playing mostly towards the B side, kind of trying to do what they can. It's fine. With so much information given across already as well. Juliano just being set up for success time and time again. The combination is good. Guild need to do more damage in my mind. They need to keep chipping away. This is great. If they get, if Klaudia could get one more, that would have been a really good round. Shortest tech pause I've ever seen in my life. Thank you for ignoring me, observers. For once, I really do appreciate it. Now, Smurfette is the only one really tucked on this corner.
All right.
Juliano hitting the drive-bys. Again, sometimes it's about the player and not just the agent they're playing, and this confidence is starting to brim.
Wall just shuts it down. Probably not as effective versus rifles, but against the pistols, they're just struggling to break that one down. And Juliano gonna hunt down her eco frags on this one. She was able to get that pick down long, had that pixel angle again with the smoke. I like some of the ideas. How guilds are trying to use the...
aNNja does turn around and start paying attention towards this. Too late already. Looking potentially towards, I think, maybe even investing the ult on this one. But now, the extremity push. Handled well enough for a trade. Res comes in. Ness has to go big, aNNja.
And she does! The leader as well. This first shot could be everything, and it's only a leg. Juliano's gonna heal all the way back through that. And yes, there are a couple of players here. Smurfette up in hand. Can't find the first shot. And that site should belong towards G2.
Oh, it's even got a second bite of the cherry there. Roxy's position's good, but 5 HP is probably not enough to make much of it. And G2 continue to work their way forward now, so she can start maybe looking towards that. The knife will give away that she's still here, but again, this is on Roxy. Roxy needs at least 2 to make this feasible.
Yeah, kind of stuck down there in back hall. Gonna have to wait for the team to play retake, but she's getting chased. The Slorb's back there. She's got nowhere to run. Concusses as well. There hasn't been a push back site though, and Juliano still in link right here. Sees the back of Smurfette's head, gets that kill. And Roxy still trapped halls.
Yeah, G2 are running this map. Straight up running it. Guild just looking like paper mache against them. Just so easily broken. And Juliano still the reposition and the nuisance, the problem that she's causing towards Link. Again, Klaudia can't be comfortable. It's not the clearest shot, but what does it matter? It's fine. Mary waiting at the very end of things as well. Ness and Roxy get found. Steps.
They love the forward positions on this A site, and I think they absolutely end up changing around often for them. But problem is, Juliano, a double kill for Mary, but Juliano is walled off by her own Sage.
I mean,
doesn't matter.
Mary, this doesn't matter. Juliano still just held back by the wall, but Ness has no good options now. Trying to find her way around, trying to get there before Juliano breaks free. Gonna find the first, has to deal with Juliano, and 30 HP just ain't enough. Juliano now pushing into this. Once this done, once this dusted, wants the next round on the board and playing the time to perfection. Ness has nothing to say in this one, and it's done for Juliano. Hear this pretty soon. Yeah, she's posted
also
up close
Juliano,
enough.
the late lurk through art, they have to keep in mind as well.
10 more seconds, yes. It's just Klaudia gone out. Couldn't make it work. Overpowered, traded in. And now Smurfette sitting towards pit. Might see... No, didn't actually see much on that one. Really nice work around the smoke at least, but... No, it can't quite reach the upgrade without crossing over out of pit, and where Mary would be able to see that. And you can see the temptation beckoning. Smurfette would love that, and Mary's well aware of it.
At the round, there's so much pressure on aNNja. Juliano could back away if they want, but it's that A main aggression that works for them again. That's been consistent. This time, Petra's there for the trade.
Okay, Roxy's in danger. Petra needs to get out of there. Klaudia's position is such a nuisance, but now gonna note it. Mimi set up for success, and Petra knows where the second player with it. For a comeback, I don't even want to discuss it until maybe like the second gun round cycles through here, because it's such a long way off. At present, Guild doing what they can. Ness still going to try and, put up some numbers here. But Petra and Mimi, last 2 alive.
Oh,
and it does feel like a formality.
I really don't like that plant spot. It doesn't open you up to fighting from art. I know that's where Ness threw the orb and told Klaudia to go plant there, but I think that's less than ideal. Still, though, it's not going to be an issue. Guild are just going to frag out slowly going through the motions. Get the kill. Back away. Wait for them to push us. Kill them with our specters. They're all dying. I'm out of breath, but they're cruising. They aren't. It's 5-1. Okay, G2. How do they win around on defense? Let's theory craft it, right? I actually like Sage a lot. Virtually everything, and Ness is the real player you have to be worried about for G2 clearing out over in that pocket down long.
But not much of a flank if all eyes turn towards it, and they really are going to find it hard to clear this, especially with the offset timing of Mary not being able to pull their attention too much towards CT. They can dig in on this. That's perfectly fine. It's just a role reversal, and it's way easier to hold that beast tight. So Mary would have to do some heavy lifting. Does find one, but it's not quite enough to break back in towards the site. As Glance now has the undesirable situation of not really having enough time and not being given any play towards this. As Guild Looking to triple swing and deal with her comfortably. GLD doing well here. 3 alive. Should be able to get the rifle as well for Roxy. And it's way pacier, but it's been noted. So instantly GLD respond with the right amount of numbers, but Juliano still landing a shot. Ness now gone. This puts a lot of the strain on the 2 that are still standing. Roxy good for it though. Quells Mimi down. And looks towards maybe following this up. Smurfette can be forced away from this. Roxy still going to try and buy some time. The pressure's starting him out now. Mary finds Roxy. And we've got 3 standing. Surely this is it for GLD. They need to hold on to this one in a 2v2. Spike's still ticking though. Time on their side. And Petra.
Oh, she's dancing.
How is she alive? And now Juliano's got a rifle, but she can't make anything of it.
Watch the minimap though. Smurfette is going for a late reflank through Arc, but there is going to be a trip there.
So dangerous. It does work out towards Petra, finding that second before the issue started to really mount, but Juliano's still standing and now using that as a springboard to go forward. Smurfette is going to be noted now, and the diffuse is going to be starting. Mary is not
They're just full sticking.
No one's checking on this. This is not how they get to 12. GLD. And she slipped into pitch. He might have done it. Oh, and actually, she's really peeking into this. So Smurfette going to try and get a little closer. Dive in towards short. Juliano forced away with a decay. Going to be now revealed. Smurfette finds Glance and Mary. That's perfect. But there's still Juliano, the final boss in the back of the site. Ready to go. Mimi closing in. It ain't done. It ain't over. It's all on one. And it is finished. G2 with nothing that round ender. Turn it around on its head. And they absolutely demolish GLD. They close out this map in some goddamn good fashion.